Well,
up,
welcome back, guys.
Are you ready for the intro?
I'm ready for the intro.
Alright, you know what though? I don't want to chance it with this little meeting thing that we got going on because we're using go to meeting and then because doing the audio. Let's save it for the next one.
Is that beeping in the background?
I don't know what beeping you're talking about. Could it be because I'm getting text messages?
Oh.
Hold on,
Okay.
I'm going to disable. How do I even do that? I don't even know how to disable like text messages. So
Put it on Do Not Disturb.
I know, but it's Apple, so you know what happens when it's Apple. It's like, how do you even?
You might not record the podcast, even though I'm the one recording it.
No,
yeah, this audio is probably going to be really terrible, but it's going to have to do.
No, so like so when I get a text message, especially if it's like iMessage, it goes on my computer and it shows that I got a message. But under preferences, I guess, or maybe there should be just something that's like, right there that says "Do Not Disturb," but I don't see it. So that's how it would work.
Mute your computer and mute your phone.
Mute it on my phone?
Yeah, Do Not Disturb on your phone so it doesn't give you messages. And then if anything, if it goes to your computer too, mute your computer.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put on Do Not Disturb, but I can't guarantee that it's going to, go over there. So anyway, let's jump right into it. Let's talk about, what are we talking about?
Well, there's gonna be a quick one, and I apologize for the audio already, but we're gonna start it off with the story that we ended. I want to say it was like episode 6 or something like that, 6 or 7. We were driving. I think it was in the Drive Time podcast. We were driving to a wedding together, and then we were ending with a story, and we're like, let's save it for next time. And then every other podcast, we kept forgetting what it was, but I remembered the other day. It was
this you having sex with your shirt on?
No, it was a story when we went to Philly. It was a guy's night. And, we're going out, we're going to the clubs, and Jin's there. And guess what Jin wears? Anytime we go to a club, Jin attire is like flip-flops and shorts. That's like the normal Jin dress code. And, we're going to bars and lounges. Some bars allow that, but like some didn't. And this particular one we went to, it was like an after-hour spot. I forgot where we were. Oh, yeah, we were hitting all the bars. I think we went to that one bar in Philly on the water. What is it called? It starts with the M.
It's Morgan Pier or something like that.
Morgan Pier, yeah. So we went...
Wait. What does this story have anything to do with anything from last time?
It's not last time. It was like, because when we were going to the wedding, you wore that shirt. And we were like, let's tell the story about the shirt. And then you were like, let's save it for next time. It's a cliffhanger.
Quite the cliffhanger.
We kept forgetting about that story. But there's probably some people that were like, what happened to that story? And I remembered. So now I want to tell the story.
But hold on. Did those people that finally remembered, how did they get a hold of you? Was there any means of communication that reached?
My Twitter. My Twitter is at DEY call CALL me MEGEO. They call me Geo. Hit me up. Let me know what questions you have and what you want to hear. So anyway, back to my story. We're at the bars. Jin's in his normal attire, which you definitely don't wear when you're going out. And we were like drunk. And we're like, okay, we gotta find an after party. We still want more liquor. So one of these guys, maybe it was Duncan or whoever we were with, I don't know, said, let's go to this spot. I know a spot. It's open late because Philly closes early, not like New York City. So we get there, and we're like, we're going to pay the guy at the door to cut the line because it's packed, it's popping right now. And he's like, yeah, you're all good except for that guy, pointing at Jim. Like, he's in flip flops or whatever, a tank top. Like, you're not getting into this like Lux after party. So we start walking around like, okay, what are we gonna do? Go to get a shirt, go to our room or whatever. I don't know. So we start asking people like, how much for that shirt, bro? You remember this?
Of course I remember. I was the one that asked the dude.
We find this guy and we're trying to ask people like, yo, I'll trade you, whatever. I think you ended up like trading and giving him $20 or something like that. And then we're like, yo, this is the best shirt ever because now it has a story and it's worth money now. So we're like, we're gonna praise this shirt. And it turns out like you wear this shirt like everywhere. It's like one of your favorite shirts.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of going out shirts. That's really what the truth of the matter is. So when I do go out, it's like, you're supposed to wear like a button down, and that one actually fits nicely, or it used to fit much nicer before this injury, but it still looks, somewhat dressed down, casual, and maybe to go out to nice events and stuff like that. So I still do wear it. Yeah, it's a decent shirt. I think it's like American Apparel or something like that. But that tank that I traded in, he got a good deal, man. That was like one of my favorite tank tops.
I wonder if he's still rocking it and all his friends are like telling their story about you on their own podcast.
Imagine though if it really was like that, but he's probably cooler than us.
Jim doesn't have any going out shirts because he never goes out.
That is pretty much true. I don't really get invites from you guys anymore.
Boring life.
Well, you guys will never invite me. It's messed up. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about. Let's go ahead and talk about this topic. So, where do you want to start?
What, the next topic?
Yeah, sure. Where do you want to kind of go into it now?
We'll go down the line. Irma.
What'd you call it? You call it Irma? Like Elmo? But Irma?
No, it's the bad audio.
We're going to have to replay that audio. I want to hear what you called it. Wait, what state did it occur? In Florissippi?
Louisiana.
But we joke, but it's not fun and games when it comes to Florida, what happened with the devastation. Actually, you know what? It really wasn't as bad as they predicted, right? Because they predicted it was going to make landfall in Miami and it was going to kind of wipe away Florida. I'm not saying that the damage wasn't horrific and it wasn't, a terrible thing, but they made it out to be tremendously worse than, I guess, what it was. And it's probably because the storm, for whatever reason, took its own path, decided to go towards Tampa Bay, which is like a western part of Florida, as opposed to going northern, like eastern northern, along the Miami shoreline. But in any case, it went from like Category 5 to then a Category 4 to then a Category 3. And so, yeah, it was, if there was a meme for it, it would be that one with the lawn chair. I think you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Well, I think when people are like warned about the storms, they aren't that bad. But when they're not really, then they're like, Texas was terrible. What happened in Houston like a week before? I mean, Irma's bad too, but the shock of that in Texas made everybody go crazy in Florida. And last minute, it veered to the left. So it wasn't as bad. I mean, it was still bad, but it wasn't as bad. I think Florida Keys and parts of Miami got pretty bad. But our good friends Tony and Joe, they were to Disney for their honeymoon, and they live Facebooked pretty much every day, and it wasn't too bad there.
But they live Facebook not just like every day for like Disney. They live Facebook. Oh, Joe does. I like it. I like his commentary. I like it. He's kind of like your new age reporter, weatherman. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think that's a good use of live, right? Well, because there's a storm and they're there and we're wondering, are they okay? And they're on their honeymoon, versus like, oh, I'm playing with my dog, go fetch, and they're my kids over there. Like, have something with it. Like, I don't know. I got stuff to do. I wanna know. Give me something. Give me some good content.
Yeah, I agree. So Irma, yeah, that was kind of I'm not saying that it wasn't bad and whatnot. So it definitely was, but it's over. So let's go ahead and be over with this topic and talk about the next and more exciting news, which is that we're gonna make this podcast short because tomorrow is one of the most epic events of the year. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the most epic disappointment of the year,
Are
iPhone
you
8.
kidding me? The type of Wait, what? I was just gonna say I'm getting a haircut with my son tomorrow, and it's gonna be a cool haircut.
No, the next topic in line is iPhone 8. And, it's not like we haven't heard any leaked. Everything has been leaked. It's no longer a leak is not a leak anymore. A leak is the new announcement.
Well, that's because everything Apple Pro got some wind of it because they somehow accidentally uploaded something or something like that. Who cares? Either way, when they make it official, it's going to be awesome.
Every time there's an Apple event, I just feel like we're teleported to like 5 years ago. Like, oh, Apple TV is finally getting 4K. Like, really? I don't know. You guys are excited, I guess, because you guys will buy any Apple product no matter what it is. But I'm always left like wanting.
But you know what it is? They like to lock down their OS at the same time providing really great features. And those features are good enough that they work so that they don't require the quote unquote best specs. They don't have to have like super AMOLED and they don't have to have like the sickest, 16 core for their processor. You don't have to have gigs or iPhone's going to have 3. So again, let's wait till tomorrow and then we'll kind of absorb it and embrace it and then we'll kind of give the feedback. But I am excited for the whole entire announcement.
We'll review this announcement, the lackluster announcement, next week on next week's podcast. We should do a live podcast, like commentary. Watch it, have a viewing party, and comment on it as it comes out.
I think that'd be a good idea. We could wait, not tomorrow. I'm getting my hair cut. It's the best time of the year for that. So there is something else I wanted to discuss though, because it's relevant to now. So, when we get this podcast up, what are your thoughts on PewDiePie saying the N-word?
I was just about to say that. I was going to add it too. So, if you don't know who PewDiePie is, he's the largest
Don't worry.
YouTuber.
They know who PewDiePie is. If they're listening to a podcast, they know who PewDiePie is.
Some people listen just because it's us and not because they're tech savvy and listen to podcasts. So I think we should explain it anyways. PewDiePie is the largest YouTuber by, not the best YouTuber, just the largest because he has the highest subscriber count. 57 million. That's 57. And he recently got into some trouble, I want to say 2 months ago.
Wait, was that video 2 months ago?
It was very recent. Within this year, he was basically the Wall Street Journal and a whole bunch of other news outlets called him out for being, anti-Semitic, hateful against Jews, being a Nazi. He had a lot of Hitler and Jew jokes in his videos. But the problem there was there was the content and the context was missing, and they all took it wrong. And it's a joke. Comedians make jokes. Was it a funny joke? No, but the context was all out of whack, and that would definitely, understandable where he was coming from in that realm. But it did cause him a lot of, headache, and he had to, say, hey, I'm not a Jew, a Nazi, I don't support this. He lost his Disney partnership. He lost another show, Scare PewDiePie. They lost a lot of stuff out of it, but he's still the top YouTuber. Now, fast forward to yesterday, I want to say, he's live streaming a video game. So it's live. And you can't edit it. And he's playing like a shooting game, Battleground Unknown, Player Unknown, which is a really top game right now. It's 100 people get dropped from a plane, and you land on this island, and the last one to survive wins. You got to shoot and kill other people. So in the middle of playing this game, he gets hit by a guy, and he calls out the N-word really loud. I'm not going to say it myself, but there's no context there. He's just saying this word. And
he said it with an R, too, not the cool way of saying it.
Yeah. And, the news media jumps all over it because they love ripping this guy apart, because they're partially, afraid of what YouTube and the new media and social media is doing to the old media, right? Newspapers and your regular channel news. Like, people are watching, they're getting more views on these YouTube videos. So they jumped all over it. And as of recording this podcast, he hasn't issued any response or apology yet. So this time, there's no context like last time there was. So people are saying, does he say it in his personal life? Because he's also saying it like while he's recording, and then some people are arguing the toxicity of voice chat in a game. There's 9-year-olds yelling this N-word and worse stuff in this voice chat. And does that kind of like carry over? But, it doesn't make it right. My opinion, it's never really okay to say. And the fact that he did kind of say it in the middle of the stream, it kind of means that maybe he does use it. It's out there. Like, I would never even think about saying that. But I'm sure, it wasn't out of a hateful place as far as he goes as a person.
Yeah, I agree. So it's going to be a tough one for him to get out of. And I'm curious. I think the last time I checked, he was at how many, like 50-something million subs? Did he lose X amount of subs from it? I want to check.
No, because he was at 57 last time with the Nazi stuff, but not this time. No, I'll go right now.
Yeah, 57. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, so usually these things, they definitely make you lose, but they also make you gain. And you can kind of tell when it gets bad, he'll either really lose a lot or he'll gain a lot. So if it stayed the same, right now he's okay. A lot of people have said it in the past too, and a lot of people still say it like it's part of their shtick on YouTube.
Wait, but he said it. He said it like 2 months ago. You said?
No, 2 months ago was when he was making these like Nazi and anti-Semitic jokes.
Yeah, I remember that. But that was because of the whole entire Fiverr gig. He was trying to see if people would do it for Fiverr. But so when was this this video audio of him cursing while he was gaming, when did it actually take place? Was it from, it looked like it was from years ago.
No, like yesterday.
Get the heck
So
out of here.
when he did the Fiverr thing, that was what he did that day, like 2 months ago or whatever, 3 months ago. He did it then, and then when that came out, it was so shocking that the news people picked apart all his past videos and took anything where there was a Hitler game or a Hitler reference or a Jew reference of all his past videos. So even though a lot of the stuff was in the past, so the N-word one was like just yesterday, if not today.
Wow.
Yeah, but the thing, like I said, there was no context behind it, so that's why people were like, "Well, this one you can't defend here. You just straight up said it."
Yeah, he's got a tough one to get out of somehow, some way. But it's like, I know when I talk to, I don't think I use that word per se like that. I mean, I'm sure I might have in the past, but like in today's day and age, I still will use the N word with an A afterwards because of who I'm talking to and how I talk. But like,
You mean ninja because we're Asian? We say my ninja.
Yeah, of course. Why? What word did you think I was talking about?
No, that's
But
what I said. That's the word. No,
but
he's
no,
not.
like
It's not
when
a
I'm
tough one to get out of for him. People will forget about this next week, 2 weeks. Like this happens all the time. It hurts a little bit more because he's the biggest YouTuber and the media is already out to get him. But honestly, it'll be gone in like a week or two. It's like what's the next biggest controversy I can think about? Like it's just that's what people are about nowadays. Yeah. Let's go. What is this, podcast 11 right here? Ask me again at podcast 14. It'll be gone.
Hold on.
Nobody will be.
But our fan base is a lot more loyal. So they already, whatever we talk about and whatever we come up with, they will like remember it and they'll bring it to your attention, bring it to our attention. It will be widely known. It will be huge. It's going to be huge. And that's why I think it's going to be more powerful with this happening to him. But I think I was trying to run into a joke of you and the shirt and the sling thing, but that didn't work so well. So we'll just leave it alone. How is that going, by the way?
My arm is amazing. It's really good. I went to the doctor's appointment today actually, and went to something that's called the clinical. It's like where you don't need an appointment. You just kind of go and you get, first come, first serve. But yeah, it looks good. The X-ray looks good. I'm moving my arm. I still haven't gotten a physical therapy. I'm doing it myself. So I'm gonna probably start exercising again next week.
Oh snap! Somebody's ready. You're gonna be like benching and everything too?
No, he told me like it'll be like 6 to 9 months before like I totally forget about my shoulder, like forget that there's a plate there, that I had something. So it'll be a while. I'm not gonna. He told me like I'm not gonna be doing like military presses or anything like that like anytime soon. But I could start like running, and because for a while, like if I ran, I would feel it like shake. But it's slowly like being a part of my body, and I'll eventually forget about it. So I'm gonna start slow. Just some cardio, maybe do sit-ups and stuff like that. But maybe like one-handed push-ups. That might be a while.
Yeah. So it's a tough road to recovery because for me, I'm able to do it's weird because I'm able to do a lot of things, but then I'm very limited with other things. So I'll give you an idea what I mean. I had no clue that I was going to be able to hit a golf club, and I was able to. Like I think I posted on my Instagram. I was able to hit a driver, and there wasn't any pain. There was pressure, but there wasn't pain. But like if I go to bench press, forget about it. I couldn't even do 30 pounds. So I've been doing cables. Even then, that's still been hurting because of the way that my shoulder tear and injury is compared to yours.
Wait, you have an Instagram? What's your Instagram?
What's that?
You have an Instagram? What's your Instagram?
It doesn't even matter what my Instagram is because they want to know more about your Twitter.
What happened to the short podcast? Is that another thing we do? It was gonna be a short one, and then it lasts an hour and a half.
Well, you got me into the vibe. You know what I mean? Vibe.
See, once we get talking, we can't stop. I just finished my patio. I've been working around the house doing little projects, and my patio furniture came in today, and I just decorated it. That might be a nice spot to record in. I got the lights, we got the setting, set the vibes. We could do a podcast out there.
I mean, sure. I mean, if we get together, we could just basically podcast that all together. It's difficult. Yeah. So, what else is there to talk about? I don't think there is, right?
You wanting to switch back to Android, pretty much.
Oh yes, that's a really good topic. So I just jumped back into purchasing a Android device from Banggood. Are you familiar with Banggood?
It sounds familiar, but is that like a GearBest?
Yeah, I think they're probably the same company. I mean, it has to be, and I don't know. It's got to be coming from China or something. So they sell like electronics and all these other like really cool like made in China type of things. And I ordered it's the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 Global Edition, 5.5 inch. I think it's 1080p screen, and it's got 32 gigs of storage, Snapdragon 625, octa-core, whatever the heck that means, 3 gigs of RAM. So the specs are good. I have two use cases for this. One is to get back into Android, so that I can kind of give you, hopefully down the road when we do more of these podcasts, give you my understanding of, or my comparison of which one I prefer or which one I like and don't like. And I'm sure there are going to be pros and cons to each. But that's more.
I don't want that opinion at all. Please don't even share it. You need to get on a Pixel. You need to get on a Pixel and then share it. Some of these, there's a lot of these phones coming out, which they look great, and that's a good thing about Android. You can pick one that has a keyboard. You can pick one that's $1,000. You can pick one that's $200. You can pick one with a 10-inch screen or 3. There's so many choices and But then, with that being said, there's different manufacturers or different operating systems. So then, some could not be the greatest. So Xiaomi is good. So hopefully there's some hope there. But again, you're paying, you like to do this a lot, Jim. You like to pay $200 for something that's like an Android or a Windows PC, and then you want to compare it to something that's $1,000. That's an Apple product. You can't do that. So honestly, I would not like to hear your opinion when you get it about that. And, talk to me when you get a Pixel. Okay, you may continue to your second use case of the Android device.
Apparently there isn't any, because they're saying it's insignificant because of the fact that I'm not using a $500, $600, $700 similar equivalent, I guess, right?
Yeah, well, the equivalent to the iPhone 7 would be the Pixel, and the equivalent of $1,000 iPhone 7 is a $600 Pixel, which will blow it away. But you're getting a $200 kind of no-name phone from China, and you're going to give us your one-word opinion on it?
Okay, first off, Xiaomi is a huge company in China. China has over 1 billion people. And if you look at the number of people that utilize, especially Android, right, based on your specs, it's probably more popular than...
You're arguing the wrong point. You're getting the specs you're getting not equivalent to a Mac, but equivalent to another Android, it's a 200 versus like a $600, $700, $800 phone. So you got to compare it like that.
Specs are. Okay, the specs are that. It's 5.5 inch. It's 3 gigs. I don't think
that's
my
only
phone...
3 gigs. That's 3 gigs of RAM. Like flagships right now have 6 to 8.
That's my point. So
that's my point. You got to compare Android to Android of what you're getting. So you're comparing a 3 gig Android to an 8. That's not the same.
But at the same time, I'm comparing that to, let's say, an iOS, which I believe is it even 3 gigs of RAM? I don't think it is.
No, we're not comparing that. We're not doing that because you want to compare a Pixel to an iPhone, fine. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. You're comparing a $200 Android phone to a $1,000 iPhone. You can't do it like that.
3,000 megabytes. Is that 3 gigs? I think it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so never mind. The iPhone
or is
7
it 3,000 milliamps?
What is it?
Because that's the battery. 3,000 milliamps is the battery.
No, this one says memory. I could look at battery under something else. But either way, though, I'm looking at similar comparisons: 1080 screen, 5.5 inch, and those are the parameters.
1080 screen on a flagship Android. You're looking at a 2K screen. You're looking at the 2000s, not 1000.
Okay.
First, it goes from 1080 to 1440 and 20.
Okay, you're cute. You're cute right now, okay? Because what you're telling me is I can't compare something that's 1080 on a iPhone to something that's 1080 on Android. Why is that not allowed?
Because you're logically doing it wrong. You're saying, okay, 1080 on an iPhone versus 1080 on Android, and then you're saying your comparison. You can literally buy a phone that's $50 that has a 1080 screen. You should not be comparing a $50 1080 screen phone to a $1,000 1080 screen phone. There's a big difference there. You should not do that. Get a flagship phone that has 1080.
But first off, I'm not spending another $1,000 on a phone because I don't love Android that much. But what I'm doing is I'm literally looking at the comparison of Android. I'm not looking at any other variables beyond that. I'm not going to be like, oh, I see the screen on this, 1080 is better on here. I'm looking at like, okay, what's the user experience like in terms of navigating?
Okay, let me rephrase it because it seems like you're still not getting it. With Android, you can get a phone like a $50 or $100 phone with a 1080 screen. You cannot compare that to another Android that you spend $800 on that has a 1080 screen. They're two different ballparks, and that's what you're doing. You're like Android has 1080 and iPhone has 1080, so they're in the same ballpark. No, because you can have an Android 1080 at $50, and you can have an Android 1080 at $800. They're two different things.
I know what's going to happen, okay? Because if and when I do ever venture back into, let's say, I get the Samsung Note 8, you're going to be like, oh, you can't do that. It's not pure vanilla Android. You got to get this. And then like those 4 coming out, you'd be like, oh, you got to
No.
Like, okay. So let's say, so would it be a fair assessment to compare the Note 8 to the iPhone 8? Would those two be comparable?
The way you look at things, when you look at things and you want to compare, the way you look at it, there is a comparison, but it makes no sense. For example, you'd be like, look at, I'm going to watch the movie, let's call it Dory, Finding Dory, and I'm going to watch it on this VHS. And then you're like, I'm going to watch Finding Dory on this Blu-ray on 4K. And then the way you would compare it, you'd be like, yeah, but they're both the same movie. It's both Finding Dory. Like, that's how you look at things. You have to look at it the right way. Like, you're gearing it so that it's good for you. You need to compare it to apples. Yeah, it's the same movie, but they're two different spectrums. The VHS versus the 4K Blu-ray.
Okay, I'm gonna just disagree with you, okay?
Oh,
That's it. There's nothing else. I'm just gonna disagree with you.
okay, agree to disagree. So the second reason why you're getting it is to fly your drone. You just wanted a secondary, like, cheaper device. You know,
So
like
I
we said, there's a
actually,
lot of options.
and I didn't buy this phone out of nowhere. I did research, specifically on Facebook. I'm a part of this like uh, Avic slash other drone community. There's like over 60,000 members across the country, and I was like, I want a good Android device that's within the $200 budget range. And they're like, Xiaomi Note 2, boom, right there. I was like, okay, fine, I'll get it, and boom, that's what it was. So would it be better? Of course it would be, but I'm gonna be able to get back into seeing. I'm gonna get back into some of the things that I missed about Android. Like, for example, the whole entire swipe pad, if that's what it's called. I missed that. I don't have that. The picture in picture, so being able to like maybe have YouTube open while the video is playing and then open up another app. I'm gonna test that out. But what you're telling me is no, I can't test it out with that because if it's slow, it's probably due to my processor or the fact that it's a $200 phone. So you're right. I shouldn't ever do any of these comparisons because you're never going to be able to let me just give you an opinion because you're going to be like, oh, it's a $200 phone. I'll be like, oh, but it's a 5.5 inch screen, and I think the screen should be bigger. And you're like, oh, it's a $200 phone. I'll be like, what's the same size as my iPhone? It's a $200 phone. That's always going to be your argument.
Yeah. I have a phone in my hand right now that is a 2017 phone, but it was I got it used. It was 200. Brand new, it's 300. It's a good phone.
Hey, real quick.
It's a good phone. But I
hold on.
also have, what?
Just quick little thing. I know I'm connected via the GoToMeeting, but my laptop's running out of battery. Can I leave the meeting? Is the audio still going to be connected?
The first battery management person in the world.
What are you talking about? It's because I'm lazy right now and I don't feel like finding my charger.
Every call, I want our fans, our listeners, to go back and find how many times Jim talked about his battery dying. It's got to be around 11.
First off, it's not my phone. It's my MacBook Pro.
Oh, it's some kind of Apple device. Some kind of Apple device is always dying in your podcast.
That's because
the great,
I have
almighty Apple devices. The battery never dies. Oh. And hey, whatever. Let's go to the third reason why you're going back to Android. The third reason for buying it is so you could do Google surveys, because we get paid, and you can use that to pay for your apps, your Google Drive account.
No, I already paid my Google Drive. Okay, my Google Drive is already paid for. I paid for it a year in advance. So if anything, it's just to see what I've been missing out on for the past couple of years that I've been to the dark side, as others would call it, and that's it.
No, it's not. Yes, you can have your opinion. I just don't want to hear it.
Well,
you're literally seeing what you've been missing out on, but the specs you're getting was from the time when you left. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So you're going back to what you used to have.
Hold on, but
there's really not going to be any change. You're not going to be that impressed.
But then that makes it even more of a better valid point because the iPhone 8 just got this quote-unquote new technology, right?
No, because there you go again. You're not even comparing it to a phone that's out. You're comparing it to a phone that's not even out yet. That's what my point is.
My joke here is that the Android technology is so darn good and the Apple technology is catching up 4 or 5 years down the road. So something as simple as, for example, this phone actually has, this new one that I'm getting has a fingerprint scanner. And that means that the iPhone 8 has a fingerprint scanner, so therefore it is using iPhone's newest
Yeah,
technology.
that's how you're comparing things. Exactly, I told you. I have two phones in my hand. I have a $200 phone and an $800 phone. They're both uh, 2017 phones, but they are not the same.
Damn, son, you walk around with 1,000 bones like that?
It's the same as your one iPhone.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. This new iPhone's going to cost an arm and a leg for sure. But it's worth it though, right? What do you think? Wait, how much is the Pixel 2 now, or the 3, whatever it is?
Well, the Pixel 1 started at 600. The Pixel 2, I'm not sure. There's no price releases.
What's the top of the line flagship? And I don't mean one of those like Virtue or Lamborghini or Bugatti, whatever type of specific Androids. But what's like the top of the line flagship? How much does it cost?
Well, you can get the Note 8, and that's about 1,000. But I wouldn't recommend the Note. I would recommend the Pixel 2.
What are the spec differences?
Even the Pixel 1 right now, you get it. It's good.
What are the differences in spec?
And the specs?
The specs, bro.
Well,
the specs.
Pixels are, like next generation of Nexuses, and they're not going to be feature rich. Even though it's not really a flagship, it's just going to work well, software and hardware, just like your iPhone, and it's the true Android experience. So you need to try that.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say. I don't think I ever went to a pure vanilla phone. So, yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, Xiaomi is running what is it, MUIU or whatever it is, MUI.
Yeah.
So that's still not going to be pure. So we'll see. And I'm still debating on rooting and ROM. I mean, what's it called? Is it rooting, right?
Yeah, I haven't done that in like 5 years. I wouldn't recommend that, but if that's what you need to do for your drone applications, then that's what you need to do.
I don't think so. I don't think I need to root, not for my drone. If anything, rooting can probably mess it up. So.
Yeah, back in the day, we used to root the phone, which is jailbreaking for Android, so that we can get hidden features. But now you don't need any of them because they come standard. Like we used to do it to change battery voltage to save battery, but it works. I used to do it to get GPS, but GPS is standard. You used to do it to tether so you can give free internet. That's standard. So you don't really need to root anymore. You want to change like your icons and the bar up top and the notification, but those can be changed by just downloading like a launcher or a new theme. So a lot of that stuff you don't need anymore.
Yeah, so it's very similar to what I'm doing right now, and I know you're gonna probably think like, oh, Apple limitations, but I have now. Remember the App Valley thing? It's been at least a full week, and I haven't had a revoke, and I have YouTube Plus, which is freaking amazing. It's basically YouTube Red, but better, and it's not rooted, so I have that. I have Record, which is a screen recorder, and then I have like Popcorn Time, Movie Box, UFC, Marvel versus Capcom, Livewire. Oh, I have this other app which I kind of started to mess with. You might know about it. You ever heard of Hey?
What does it do?
The app is called Hey. All right, and if you look at like the icon, it's of a chick, or it's like a baby chicken, right? So it's a chick, and it's just you just say hey to make and find new friends, and it might be kind of like, maybe it's a little.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
You send a 3-second video to the public feed of your age group, and then I think like, and I don't know if it goes by location or whatever it is, but it's just like, I guess it's the non Tinder, but kind of like, oh hey, you just kind of like to make friends. I have a feeling it's probably gonna go somewhere down a bad path, but it's in theory it sounds like it's pretty cool, right? Like you just
Yeah,
it's kind of
sounds
like
cool. I
Snapchat,
mean,
but minus the Snapchat, minus the craziness of Snapchat. It's just like you just say hey. So I actually downloaded the hacked version, which I don't know what it does. Maybe it gives you a 4-second instead of a 3-second video. I don't know. So I'm surprised you didn't know about it.
no, I'm not up on these social media apps or these like. I mean, you could say this is almost like a dating app too, trying to find people nearby. I'm not up on these, but it looks interesting. I almost feel like I don't want to try it because of that reason. That people probably like, use for dating. Like, I gotta find new people, but
That's what
I
I was
mean,
saying. That it might be like that. I don't think it is yet, and I hope it doesn't. But again, there could be a chance it is. So let's hope that it's not. But either way, should I try and mess with it?
sure, try it out. Give
All
us
right.
your review. Let us know what type of people you met, or if there's anything interesting. I don't know. I just think this age in life, especially maybe if you're single, that's one thing, but you just like no new friends, right? What did Drake say? It's just, I don't know. You have your life already. It's if you meet somebody at a party, but not you're looking for somebody. Like I'm out getting coffee at Starbucks. Like let me go look for somebody here, because most of the time you're not doing that. You're at Starbucks, you get coffee, and you leave. You're not there to look for new people unless you're single, or maybe you have a business you're trying to network. But yeah, I don't
What's
know.
the what's the? Let me ask you. What's the point of going out then for you guys?
For us, we go with our friends. I never go by myself.
No, but you go and you meet new people. Heck, you're even telling me how you try to hook Jess up and you try to hook me up with me. So like you go to meet people. What's the difference with you meeting people on this other app? If there was such an app, and I'm not saying that Hey is the app, but what is the big deal if there was an app that allows you to just
No,
connect?
I'm not meeting new people. I can't tell you the last person I met that had no ties with anybody, like not a friend that already knew that person, that had
Like,
no ties with anybody, and I met them and I took their number and I'm their friend now. I can't tell you the last time that happened.
wait,
Usually,
that dude that Jess is dating, wasn't that from you guys meeting him at an outing and then you hooked Jess up with it?
no, Nikki, I don't know the full story, but Nikki was out on a girls' night, and I think him or one of his friends was talking to Jess, and he didn't want to go up to him, but Nikki just went up to him, like physically, and just like, hey, you should talk to my girl. But even
What?
that, like, we were at a club, we were there. You're not me. I wasn't there. I was in Canada. But it's physical, right? Not through an app. And it's not like Nikki has his number. Like she's not trying to make new friends. If anything, she's probably doing it to meet you. Like if I saw a girl that maybe I thought you might like, yeah, I might go up to them randomly, but it would be for you. So what? I'm gonna get this app so that I can find people for you?
No, I don't think the app. That's what I'm saying is that I think the app is hopefully it's just to make friends and not make like sexual connections and things like that. That's what I'm saying. That's all.
Okay. How about we both try it, and I will strictly try it on a friendship basis, not dating, looking, or anything. And if I do find somebody that's cute, it's going to be for you, and you try it for whatever reason you want to try it, and let's report back next week.
1 week? You think that's long enough to try it?
Yeah, because the way you and I are into new things, and we can put it to use and try it, I think we'll get a good experience out of it. I'm installing it right now.
Okay.
As we speak. Into my.
Wait, so am I trying to pick up girls, or am I just trying to meet friends too? What's my role?
I mean, I would like you to try to use it to make friends and pick up girls, but you can do what you want to do. You're the single guy. I think you should be using it to pick up girls.
Oh, by the
But
way,
don't.
hold on. And let's not go there. As part of the thing, I was supposed to invite you. Did you get that invitation?
Unless we did it recently, I haven't checked during the podcast.
You know what? I am going to delete the hacked version because I downloaded the hacked version from App Valley, and I'm going to install the regular version from the App Store. So that will give me a real feel of whatever the app is, and then I'll look into what the features are for the hacked app. So, all right. So cool.
Speaking of which, I just got my bill for Google Drive, 100 gigabytes. It just came out of my survey balance.
Nice.
Let's see what my balance is. It's $199. Yeah, and I still have $42 in my Google balance.
You know what grinds my gear, and this is something that it does grind my gear because with Google, if something is like $2, whatever, it's that price if I'm not mistaken, right? There isn't any tax on it, is there? Like if you buy a $5, is there tax on it?
If I buy like a $5 app?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's $5.
Okay, so I bought apps with, and I hope that I'm correct on it, but I'm almost positive that I got charged tax for apps. I'm like,
it could be. I mean, look at GoToMeeting. It was an online product. There was no need for tax, and then every few months, every state started wanting to charge for tax, even though it's an online product. So maybe Apple's just collecting for tax so that they won't get back tax if that ever does change.
sheesh. Nah, that's just it. That's the whole thing. Let's close off by giving your thoughts on the looting that took place during the Irma. Just so random. I thought about it. Did you see the videos?
Yeah, but then they say, do you call it looting if it turns into survival, right? Because there's a disaster. I mean, honestly, if a grocery store floods, then that food's going to be bad and be thrown out anyways. Why not let starving people get it? It's one thing if you run into an electronics shop and steal a TV. Like, I guess,
but
yeah.
these looters were running into a sneaker shop. Unless you
Well,
saw a different one.
Sneakers are going to go bad, so, you might as well just take them and wear them anyways. No, I didn't watch
sure if you're serious or not. Are you justifying why looting was okay in this particular manner?
No, I didn't see the sneaker video, but grocery store, I don't know. That might be okay. Sneaker store, probably not. I mean, maybe leave money on the counter in an envelope like high and dry somewhere. Then I wouldn't feel bad if I did that.
I still don't agree. I still
Even
don't
if
agree that
you left money somewhere,
Well, number one, we're not talking about what if, okay? The fact is, money wasn't left, period.
Yeah, and if they were stealing shoes, then probably not. No, I mean, yeah, you can
I mean,
justify
you're
it
talking about
saying
like,
that.
you're like, oh, what if they left a nice note and then on the way out, they locked the door? No, they broke in. They broke into the fucking place. They
Can I
had a crew.
ask? Can I ask what their ethnicity was?
Why does it even matter? I mean, I don't know specifically what it was, but why does it?
I just want to know
You're being racist, right? Aren't you?
if a white person or an Asian person, or I want to know, who wants to steal sneakers in a disaster, and then I'm going to blame the whole race for it.
You are so bad. We should end
See,
this. You are
see
so.
the context there is it's obviously a joke.
I don't know about that, Ninja.
You're my ninja. We're Asian.
No. So I will say that the majority of those people look like they're of a minority kind.
Well,
But
minority. There's a lot of minorities.
Hispanic. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. But who cares? I'm not talking about their ethnicity. I'm just talking about the fact that they were looting. Period.
Yeah, I guess that's no good. I gotta see the video. Maybe I can Google it. But yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what it was. It was just I think they were looting, and then like towards the end, the cops came, and then the video cut off. So I don't know what happened. So,
Oh yeah, I think I see the sneaker one here. Simons, what is this? Oh wow.
Yeah, are you looking at the video?
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Anyway, that's that. Anything else to talk about since we already ran over? Like, I like how we started this brief podcast and we talked about everything.
It's a short one. We're gonna keep this one short, guys.
Okay, so speaking of which, what do you think about iPhone 8? What do you think about the new bezel-less thing? Do you think that's gonna be cool?
Well, of course, but again, we've been bezel-less for how long now? So congratulations.
But the implementation of the technology, though, sir, that's what I'm talking
about. The technology of a Samsung screen, which Samsung has had for years. Okay, I'm not impressed, but welcome to 2017.
Bro, okay, first off, they're going to charge $1,000 for it. And then cutting edge Face ID, bro. And wireless charging, bro. Come on. Come on.
Bro. You want to dab on them haters.
And then they always like to do the animojis.
Wireless charging. Welcome to 2013. I mean, come on. 4 or 5 years ago?
But I think they're going to do it a little bit uniquely different and in a good way. Again, that's Apple's shtick. They always tend to like do things in a little bit of a unique manner. You know what I mean by
that? I feel like you think that's a thing, and it's not really a thing because that's just what you say when you come last. Like, I came last, but that's because I was doing research and I wanted to do it better. Like, no, you're last. Anyway, let's change that. What about this weekend? We got a family weekend. We're all going to Hershey. A big group of us, our friends, all our kids. We got a hotel. What? Well, are you coming, Jen, or what?
You already know I ain't.
Man, see? Get invited, and don't come, and then you go, I didn't get no invite.
Secret invite that you guys made this like secret invite, didn't even invite me, and then made this like stupid Hangouts group to all to yourselves, and then last minute, hey, Jen, here you go. Number one, I don't have
So,
cadence
so
yet.
you are the king of wanting to be invited to hangouts just so you can listen in and not go to things. Next
What are you
time,
talking?
why don't
Be
you take your
not
invite and do something about it and come and not be like, nobody invited me.
Wait, you mean like to your birthday party? By the way, do you have a separate hangout for that too?
No, the
You
Facebook
do.
is,
You do.
is the,
You have a separate hangout for your
no.
birthday party, and you ain't invite me to it. Damn.
Oh, we could talk about the birthday party in the next podcast.
Wait. Speaking of which, I did notice that you had an event for your birthday party, and I'm assuming you did it under your wife's Facebook, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I gotta ask because I do get a lot of invites, especially to like my son's events and this that, and the other. So under your event, it seemed like it was very private. Like I couldn't even see who else was in it. Like usually
Oh.
when you go to other events, you can see who's going. Like I couldn't
No,
even see who was.
there's no theme. I mean, it's a switch. You can choose to show who's invited and who's not invited.
I
But
understand that.
pretty much everybody that you know that you can name, that's our friends is invited.
I know, but I'm just saying I've never seen it like this, where it's like, listen, here's everybody that is invited, or rather, you're gonna invite these people, but you don't get to see them on the list of people that are invited.
What does it matter who's going if people are going to go or not? They need to go because it's my birthday, not because they see who's invited or who's going. Right? I hate that. That's another pet peeve of mine. It's like, yo, you want to go to dinner this Friday? Who's going? Like, what does it matter who's going? Do you want to go to dinner or not? Do you have like grudges with people that you don't want to see certain people if they're there? You're coming to my birthday. Doesn't matter who's going.
Listen, I'm not saying that. I'm just merely pointing out the fact that this is the first that I've seen where I get invited, and for whatever reason, I just don't see like the list of people. So like right now, I don't know if it's going to be 10 people, or if it's 20, or if it's even 100. And to me, it's not a big deal. I don't have any bad blood with any of the people that are going, unlike maybe some
It's
other
all
friends.
listed on the invite.
On the
I
invite.
actually write down the people that paid me. Yeah, it's all there.
Far. You listed the 5 or 6 people, but then you don't list everyone else. But in any case, in my understanding, if I'm looking at this picture correctly, it's just you and Chris that are going.
That's in the picture for the invite because it's our birthday.
I get it, you dummy. I'm just merely making a joke of that. Come on, mate.
Yeah, that was the best picture ever that I created for this event. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, snap. I should.
oh, you should have been here. We were doing some photo stuff tonight, and you would have been perfect. We were taking photos for Nikki's brother Chris's YouTube channel, and I was like, "You need a good camera." He's like, "No, it doesn't have to be a good picture." I'm like, "No, with a good uncompressed raw, with the right lighting, you can edit it later and post, and you can da 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 da." You would have been perfect for that conversation. So
wait.
we got.
Are you serious about this? Because I actually, hold on. It's for Chris's channel. Chris has got a YouTube channel now.
Yeah.
What is it about?
Um.
Plug it.
Sports. I did in the video podcast. We're like episode 7 or something. Chris, aka Flash.
So it's about what? Is it basketball mainly? Or no, he's in softball too, right?
Basketball, football. Yeah, his commentary, his video games, just like sports stuff.
Cool. Let him know that you know of a good photographer.
Yeah, I told him if he gets serious and he gets some viewers and he wants to take better pictures, he was fine with what I did for him. But it's grainy as fuck because I had to boost up the ISO.
Why though? If you're using a Pixel 2, I will say this.
No, I use my D7X. It was pitch black out. It was pitch black. We did it at like 9 o'clock at night, and there was no street light. So
wait. Let me ask you a question. What sort of reasoning did you have to say, hey Chris, I think you really do need a profile picture, and it's about 9 o'clock at night. Why don't you come over here and stand out on the street? No, not under the light.
No, it was his idea. It was his idea, and he knows that I know, a little bit about photography, so he asked me to help him.
If you knew a little bit about photography, you would be like, oh hell no, I ain't gonna take this picture now. I'm gonna wait till he comes back tomorrow because he's your brother-in-law. You see him at least once or twice a week. You're gonna be like, all right, listen, here, I'm gonna have this set up.
I agree, but my motto is, just do it. Just create the content and put it out there. Don't wait until you have the perfect photo. You know what I mean? That's my motto.
Perfect photo. So I will agree with you on that. It's not about that, but it is about, like, if you're gonna do it right, or at least to a little bit best of your ability. In the sense that
we did it to the best of our ability in
Let
that
me
moment.
see the picture. Send the picture right now and hang out. I want to see.
What?
I want to see the picture in Hangouts because I have a feeling that you took this picture and it's just like, ugh. And not to mention, it's probably like with that camera, there's probably distortion issues and everything. Then again, I don't know how big of a, professional.
No, it's definitely a bad picture, but it was the best of the situation that we made of it. It's definitely, I'll show you the picture right now, but it's definitely a bad picture, 110%. But it's a better picture than 150% that it would have been a bad picture. Like, it's the best picture we could have had at that moment. Like, otherwise, we would have had to been like, stop, no, we're not doing anything. We're waiting for tomorrow till the lighting is right, and I can borrow one of my friend's cameras. Like, that would have been a better situation, but we wanted to do it right then and there. We were in the moment. Are you still on the meeting? Because I'll turn the camera on.
I'm not in the meeting at all. I already closed my computer. What I'm looking for is that picture that you're going to send me.
I got to, pull my storage card out, put it into the computer, upload the thing. We're recording a podcast
Wait a second. Hold on. You mean to tell me that you went out of your way to take this picture in the dark, but yet it's still stuck in the memory card?
No, because he put it on his computer and he started editing it.
Oh, so he put it on his computer, but yet it's not on your computer.
No, that's why I just pulled the storage card. I'm doing it right now, but trust me, this is, I'm trying to all right, I'm going to send you one of the best pictures. It's not the best.
Wait, so you didn't just take one? So you basically had a full-blown photo shoot at 9 o'clock at night with Chris.
Well,
I'm a little bit...
hello, Mr. Photographer. You don't just take one photo shoot and leave, okay? You got to take a couple. Yeah, you take a couple.
Show me the best. Show me the money. Show me the money.
I'll show you two, okay? Here's one. Here's one.
But only the best, though. Don't half-ass it, okay?
No, I took a lot of pictures. I'll send you two. I'm telling you, it's a bad picture, okay? It's uploading.
But
Let me send you one.
A bad picture, it baffles my mind to think that, okay, listen, we really need to get a thumbnail. We really need to get this picture for your YouTube and everything else. I got it. Let's do it so that it's a really bad picture and use it.
Let me send you a picture. Why are we still talking about this on the podcast? I want to send you.
I'm looking at the
Look,
picture. He's holding a basketball, and yeah, it's not that it's grainy as fuck, and it kind of is. But yeah,
well,
there's definitely
here,
like
check out this third picture. You could see how dark it was outside, how pitch black it was, and the different ISOs and exposures and things I was using, and slow shutter, and
you pop the
you know,
flash on it, which is like, oh.
yeah, which I popped the flash to show you like the difference of the pictures I was taking.
Wait,
HDR.
what's the second one? He looks like a freaking ghost.
A what?
But he looks like he's like a ghost. Like he's like a like he's like a black ghost, because that's what it's like. He's got the hoodie on. I know what look they were going for, but the lighting is just so incredibly.
Listen, you're not telling. You don't have to tell me that. I get it. We were in the moment. We made the best with what we can do, and we had fun. Like, we did it. And that's what I actually told him. I was like, this is the fun part. Like, that you want to go out at 9 o'clock at night and do a picture like this. This is the fun part. What's not fun is that you're going to Hershey this Saturday and you're tired as fuck, but you got to get your video uploaded and edited in the next hour because you have to post it. And every day you have to wake up and post and post and post, and you're getting 30 views, and you're like, I should just quit YouTube. Like, that's not the fun part. But that was actually fun. The photo shoot at 9 o'clock at night. Even Katrina came out with us. We had our flashlights on. We had like 3 different jackets for him to try. So, you know, it was fun because we were in the moment. Like,
why didn't you call me? Why didn't you call me? Why didn't you call me?
At 9 o'clock at night, you would have came here with your passport. All the flights are shut down. You know that.
Wait, my passport? What the hell am I going to do with a passport?
So you can get on the flight from Hamilton?
How do you know I wasn't already in your town, bro?
Because you had hit me up.
How do you know that you didn't hit me up?
Bro, you should see some of the pictures that I took on my phone. You know, I didn't have it on pro mode. I had it on auto, but this definitely came out better, and I knew my G7X better. I change my phone so often that, I don't know, I just used to my G7X.
Dabbing on them haters, bro.
Oh, we should end this. The last 20 minutes of this podcast should be like deleted. This is the worst part of the podcast. Unless we're like talking to like photogs, like photographers. This is the worst part. Let's end it. Play the outro.
It's actually been boring as hell. I just wanted to see how long you were gonna go with it. So I was just like, let me just see how long Gio's gonna talk and see. But I know why you want to erase it. So therefore, we shouldn't erase it. You want to erase it because of a lot of the shit that you've said on this podcast, including the allegation that those looters were blacks. And then
whoa.
The N-word.
Whoa. I never said black. Whoa, where are you going?
You said
whoa. You just, wow. Wow, Jen, you just showed your true colors.
No, the only color that is true is your color, and your color is white, I guess, because you're white. I'm not white, so I can't be showing that color.
I'm white and yellow.
There you go. Instead of black and yellow, black and yellow. Oh. All right, anyway, on that note, let me play the... Wait. Let's talk about something else. What do you think about the new filter that's been going on? Like in Snapchat?
No.
What?
How long do you want to... This is past your bedtime.
It is. I'm actually in bed.
Let's try not to podcast like this. It's the worst.
Hey, but how else are we going to podcast? Huh?
With a good connection and clear audio. These conversations now are getting delirious. Let's go.
Where are we going?
Outro, please.
All right. On that note, let me go ahead and play the outro. Blah, blah, blah. Peace.